You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Ah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is
Am I too loud? I think
We gotta redo
I
that.
think
You're gonna scare the children there.
I think maybe my mic is too hot. You both made a weird thing.
Oh, that was loud.
You
That
did
was
a,
really loud.
You did a double finger point. I went high.
Said you start.
We both went flying back, but we both have our headphones on, so the sound didn't change. We just both flew back.
Oh, jeez.
Are we keeping that?
I say we keep it.
All right, let's keep
I
it.
say we keep it. The only problem is Mateo hasn't been introduced. They're going to be wondering who the hell this guy is.
Oh, yes.
That's Mateo Lane, everybody.
Hello, hi.
Who's
Yeah.
Italian?
Italian, Mexican, and Irish.
Oh, wow. That's a hell of a combo.
What do you have, 3 parents?
You got
I do.
How does that work?
My grandfather is from Mexico. My grandma's Italian, then my dad's Irish.
Ah,
So
Like
my
if-
mom's side, she's Italian, Mexican, and then my dad's Irish. So
I see.
If
I
Carmen
got it.
Lynch had a baby, the baby would be Spanish and Irish, and then whatever the guy was.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You know,
That
so
makes
yeah.
sense.
It's a
you're
lot of
just
people-
half and half?
Half and half, baby. I got a little Jew in there.
How?
My
Your
my
French
mom's dad is Jewish.
So your mom is French?
No, Italian, Sicilian.
So your mom's dad, that's like one quarter.
Is it?
Yeah. Your parents have 4 parents combined,
But
and one of them's Jewish.
But in the Jew mom, that's got to be the mom.
Yeah, that's in
But
their
also
religion.
Jewish.
Ah.
But yeah, Jewish isn't an ethnicity. It's just a religion.
I was wondering why you were so cheap. That's probably it.
There it is.
All right. New shirt, buddy?
Old, very old. This is
Oh.
a 1970s rugby jersey.
Oh, wow. It looks like something you'd see on the Cosby Show. Or the
Oh,
Cosby, like
yeah.
an 80s type TV
like,
show.
like Theo would wear.
It looks retro. It looks
But with
good.
your tan, it looks new and good.
Oh, boy,
And-
you love a tan.
And
I really am jealous that you have a tan. That's all I'm going to say. Just staring at it, I'm jealous. You know?
And Mateo is wearing a tiny white T-shirt.
Yes.
I'm wearing a tiny black T-shirt.
Yeah. This is a girl's shirt.
That's a bit of a U-neck. It's almost like a crew
Yeah.
neck, but it's U-y.
It's a girl's T-shirt I bought at
Oh.
American Apparel.
And
Oh,
some,
nice.
and some,
So they have wider, more open
some
necks.
nice chest hair coming out.
Great.
Thank you.
Chest hair. My girlfriend actually buys little boys' clothes,
Does she?
which is because they look really hot on her.
Oh,
But it's
wow.
ironic because they're boys' clothes.
Was she not like buying like blue suspenders and like a pail to go to the beach? Like how young of a boy is she?
I'd be into that. No, it's just like little boy shirts, and then you see the stomach and the arms are up, and
Oh,
you
that's
know,
nice.
tight on the boo boos.
Baseball hat with a propeller.
Yeah,
That's our go-to. We
That's
love
true.
baseball hats
I love
with
that
propellers.
image.
Every bit I bounce off of Mark, he tries to put a baseball hat with a propeller.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, if you couldn't tell by now, Mateo is a fagalist.
Jesus.
By the chest hair and the U-neck.
And the sound of my voice.
Yes.
Which I often don't think I sound gay, and then I listen back and I'm like, I sound really gay. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But like
Well,
you
yeah.
can't hear it. I'm not trying. It just sounds that way.
Right.
Interesting. I've always wondered about the gay guys who are like, hello! Like, that takes work.
I know, but I swear, like my friend Jesse in Chicago, I mean, I've been, like they can put it on, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh girl, but like
Right.
I've lived with him for a long time, and he is just literally like gets out of the shower, covers his chest like a woman, like
Uh-huh.
oh, like that's how he laughs. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
and I'm gay, and I'm like, yeah, you're born this way, like got it, you know what I mean? Like I got it,
Right, right.
Because I can tone it down, but it's
Well, of
also
course.
like if I get excited,
But I think every group has, like, when you hang out with a black guy, a bunch of black guys, you start talking kind of like that. You just kind
Yeah.
of slip into it. And
Yeah.
then over time, I think it takes over.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, my buddy John, who started hanging out with my group of gay friends in Chicago, he just slowly became more, of a black woman.
Right. There you go.
That's what happened. So
It
yeah,
happens.
You are what you eat.
but I am fagala, frocho in
What
Italian.
does fegala mean? I've never heard that in my life.
fagala? Is like a Yiddish term for faggot,
Oh, wow.
Fagalist?
Sounds,
right?
Yeah.
Is that a
I got that from Robin Hood Men in
Yeah,
Tights.
that's it.
Oh.
That's right. I saw
Yeah.
it when I was 8, and I never forgot it.
Yeah.
what are you doing with your arms? Your arms are insane. You have the best
like
biceps I've ever
working
seen on
out.
a man in my
Thank
life.
you.
Those are great buys.
Gee
Thank
whiz.
you. I go to the gym.
Wild.
Ah.
You know.
Yeah, I go to the gym
deal.
too, but I'm
Do you go to the gym?
I just started going to the gym a couple weeks ago. We got a 24-hour steam room.
What gym do that's a hand job. What gym do you go to?
I go to Life Fitness in Astoria, right next to
Daggett,
Applebee's. Hey, that's unfair.
I go to New York Sport. I go like 4 days a week.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm going whenever I can. I go to the steam room every night.
How many men are giving each other hand jobs in there?
No hand jobs thus far.
I mean, I feel like I'm watching you lie to me. Really? I mean, I feel like I'm afraid to go into steam rooms. I'm afraid to go in there.
What are you talking
I'm gonna
about?
get raped. I literally don't want to go in there.
Who could rape in that temperature?
I mean,
125 degrees.
Listen, if gays were going down in a volcano, they'd find a way to jack off together. I get
Do
very
gays rape a
scared.
lot?
Not rape, but I'm just saying, like,
you
I
said
feel
rape.
I feel like I'd sit there and they'd be like, "Hey, girl," and take off their towel and start. It's happened.
No, this is-
it happens. Well, maybe it's like, is yours a predominantly gay gym?
I don't think so. My girlfriend goes there. She said it was very gay, but I don't see a lot of gays there. I'm there like late at night, and I think it's just like big Greek guys.
Oh.
Is my mic too hot? I feel
No,
like you're making
you're
a
good.
face
Is
every
mine
time.
too hot?
No, I've got sensitive ears. I had the tubes as a kid.
Oh, my nephew has
Yeah,
the tubes.
What do you mean
Tubes in my ears.
Why?
Because I had so much fluid
Yeah.
that I had to be drained.
Really?
Yeah, I had swimmer's ear like every year.
Wow, you had fluid problems.
Big flu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was bad. I didn't mean to interrupt the hand job.
Well, this
Greek
is
conversation.
now I feel like I'm not hot enough. I can't even hear myself.
No, don't worry about the mic.
No, you're good. You sound
What
good.
happened?
Yeah, you
Oh,
sound great.
Ooh, now I can hear it. Yesterday I went to the steam room and I was coming back, and this is about homosexuality. And I bumped into my buddy Daniel and his buddy, and I was like, "Hey, I just came from the steam room." And this buddy was like, "Whoa, what's that?" And I was like, "It's a gay bar." And he's like, "Oh," and he got real weird about it. And I felt the prejudice of homosexuality.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't know what this says about me. I feel like I had to tell this man. I was like, I'm
I
just
deal
kidding.
with it every day.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that must be.
I deal with it a lot before I go on stage every single night.
How so?
Honestly,
In your own
yeah,
head,
in
you
my
mean?
head, because I'm so used to since a kid being made fun of for being gay,
Right.
that I just assume that if people don't know me, that they won't like me for being gay, which is
Right.
not a healthy thing to think. But every time before I go on stage, I go in my head, I'm like, I hope they like gay people.
Well, New York, you're better. New York, you're all right. The
Yeah,
road.
I got
Have you worked the
called
road a
faggot
lot?
the other night? No, I've worked the road a lot. No, not at all. Are you joking?
You're not doing the gay circuit?
Yeah, the gay circuit, which is like a bathhouse in Ohio.
Yeah,
and
because
that's it.
On the road, you might run into some more problems. I think New York, people are very. But I bet the guy that called you a faggot was a tourist.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't mean to cast dispersions. Give me the story about being called a faggot.
Yeah,
Well,
what happened?
I have a joke where I talk about being called a faggot, and I say, oh, I live next to a high school, so I only get called faggot at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Ah.
But I have a really bad comeback. Like this guy yelled at me once. He was like, "Anyone ever tell you dress like a faggot?" And I came with the worst comeback ever. I was like, "That's the point." I'm like, "Okay, that's not right." So then I finished it, and then I started moving on, and then this group of people started talking to each other at a table. Then I was like, "You guys can't just break out in discussion in the middle of a set." And they started laughing, and the guy looked at me and goes, "Ha, faggot." And then I just
Wow.
I kind of froze. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then I ended up calling him which is the worst comeback. Also, I said, "Well, you're a fat Mexican." Not even funny. And I didn't tell anybody I'm Mexican, so I just looked racist. So
Right,
then-
right.
And I bombed. The rest of the set went awful, and then it was terrible.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, and then my next show bombed.
Oh.
And I was trying
too bad
this
with the
new
row.
bit where I sing a song like all these different singers, so it requires a lot of energy.
Right.
And just they hated it. Hated me and hated it. And I was like, this is great.
Well,
This is great.
let me ask you this, and feel free to kick me in the balls here. But as a gay guy who feels in his head before you go on stage, you go, they're going to not like me because I'm gay.
I hope they don't not like me.
Oh, yeah. I hope they don't not like me because I'm gay. So when you go up and you act, quote unquote, very gay,
Right.
and they like you, that must feel pretty good. Because it's almost the exact opposite.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of back and forth. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a lot of me being like, I hope they don't like me because I'm gay, but then they end up thinking I'm a character, but I'm not really being a character of myself. I'm being myself.
Right.
But so there's a lot of gray lines with it where I can't really be upset if they don't because I am going on stage acting like a total faggot. But either way, there's going to be people who just don't like gay people, and I
Right.
have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it.
I can see it.
Do you know? Do you know what I mean? So
just to hate a whole group, I don't know. It's weird to me to put the effort out there to be like, this
Yeah.
guy's different.
Well,
Right.
you know what I try and do? I know there's a lot of gay comics who get up on stage and they're very protesty and they're very like instead of being funny, they really just sort of like they're kind of
Preachy?
Yeah, preachy.
It's the worst.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I try and go the opposite way. I'm never preachy about it. I always try to say, listen, on this side, we feel like we're idiots too. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
like we're more similar than we are different. Like we can all laugh, and yes, it's okay for you to laugh at this because I'm talking about it. 'Cause
Right.
that's how I got comfortable with being gay.
Now, how often, how many times have you been called a faggot? Do you think,
can't
legitimately, like a you faggot?
I
Angrily.
can't count.
Wow, that
give
many.
give me some memorable ones.
A lot
Yeah.
in like high school specifically. I remember like I was on show choir.
Oh boy, here it comes.
So there's no escaping it, you know. But it's not like it's not. Everyone else got called faggot too in high school. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
everybody else. I
I've been
remember
called a faggot.
I've been called it many
thousands of
times,
times.
yeah.
I was in
I call myself a faggot.
in Chicago one time. I was standing at a street corner and a car drives by. I was wearing a green tank top, which I guess just screams faggot. And I'm standing at the corner and this car goes by. That's the joke, right? Like I'm just wearing a tank top. And,
okay.
And then this guy,
Sorry.
this car drives by. 4 kids roll down the window, scream "faggot, fuck you," and keep driving by. And I was like, well, that's a terrible way to start my day.
Yeah.
And one time I was waiting after a show in Chicago to take the bus, and a car comes up, and it's these guys. They look, like thuggish or whatever, but they were like, "Hey, fuck you," or the "Hey, faggot, like, why don't you go back to Boys Town?" Which was a terrible insult, but it's
Yeah.
also it's a part in Chicago that's like predominantly gay.
Right,
And
right.
then I looked at them and I said, "Yeah, I'm on my way."
Huh.
And then
I like
they
that.
like
That's good.
froze up and they didn't know what to say and.
I like that.
So my cousin Brian gets called. He's gay also, and so is my brother.
You have a brother and a cousin.
Yeah,
also gay.
I know.
That's amazing.
But my cousin Brian looks like a witch doctor. I mean, he looks like Lady Gaga, and like he looks just as I don't even know how to describe. So he gets called out all the time.
Yeah.
but he handles it with grace. I always get in my head about it and feel bad about it.
Now I imagine you're a big guy. You're very fit. You grew up in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You're a gay, extraordinarily gay. I imagine you could throw the fists around a bit.
No, I've never gotten into a physical fight. I also
What?
I don't see myself as like a strong person. I think I'm just like I'm just fit.
You're fit. I wouldn't say big guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not a big, but you're ripped. Look at these arms.
No, the
I've never
arms are
seen
great.
arms like that.
Great
but
arms.
The rest of me's tiny.
So you couldn't fight.
No, I would be bad. I'm verbally very good, but
But have you ever been in a physical altercation with
no,
someone?
I got punched by a kid named Bob. I can't remember his last
Oh,
name.
get that last name out
Come
there.
on.
Bob something. It was sophomore year in high school. I was high, but he punched me in the face.
While
For
you were
being
high?
gay?
I don't know about being gay. I don't remember.
Oh, well,
I
then don't say his
remember-
last name.
I don't remember what it was, but
I thought we were
yeah,
outing a bully here.
I got punched in the face by him, and then my friends didn't do anything about it. It was very weird.
A punch in the face.
Also,
is,
nobody in the audience defended me when I got called faggot the other night.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Oh,
Upper
wow.
West Side.
Well, one time I was on stage and a woman said to me, "I didn't come here for this shit." And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And she's like, "I'm anti-gay. Front row here." Yes.
That's
And
amazing.
Becky saw it. Yeah. And then so before I even got to speak, this drunk Scottish woman stood up and screamed at her, and then everyone cheered, and I was like, "This is great." You know?
Oh, wow.
All right,
Yeah.
Scottish.
You got like a circus following
It
you.
was-
I told the story a couple weeks ago, and Mark wasn't here either, but I had a run-in with the Westboro Church
You where?
in Columbia, Missouri.
Because there's only
Missouri.
like 12 of them.
No, I think there's more. I think there's like 40 of them or
Okay.
60 of them. Maybe there's 100 of them. But they were protesting Michael Sam, the gay football player. And I just lost. I told the story a couple weeks ago, but so I'll do a shortened version. I just lost my mind. I started yelling at them. I was like, "You fucking pieces of shit! I hope you die!" And I got so revved up that I called them faggots because it was the most hateful thing I could think of. So I was like, so anyone that was watching probably thought I was on their side because I was driving by like, "Fucking faggots!"
And you're like, "Oh
but-
wait, I look like I'm just a fan."
Right, but faggot is the most hateful thing I can think. Of course, the N-word
N-word
also
would be
They're-
worse.
But they're right up there to me because it's a harsh.
Well, it's a
Faggot.
very faggot, cunt, like those kind of words are very
Yeah.
cathartic. They feel good to
Yeah.
say when you have that much anger in you and stuff. But
Why do you think the faggot is less harsh than the N-word?
I don't know if it's less harsh, but I feel like
I think-
generally people would, if you had to edit one or the other word out on TV, they'll always take out the N word. Which
Exactly.
they've talked about on Howard Stern, because Howard Stern they did I'm a huge Howard Stern fan.
Me
and
too.
They did a day where they mentioned every single racial slur you could think of, and the only one they bleeped out was the N-word.
Wow.
And Howard's like, we have to treat all these words the same. That's the point of
Yes.
what we're talking about, is that this word is no different than this word, and this word gets no more special treatment than this word.
But they're very similar to me because it's breeded in hatred of like you faggot.
I think faggot came from like a pile of sticks that they would burn gay people on.
I've heard that, and then
heard
I
that
heard
too.
that it wasn't.
Is that not
also.
true?
I heard
I
that's-
don't
yeah,
know.
that's
I've
all
heard
these-
both things, but I have to admit I've used the word my whole life, not towards gay, just because that's how we talked. I mean,
Yeah.
Louis C.K. does the bit about it.
know.
I'm trying to go on a
You know,
diet
you
from
know how I
it.
feel about that though is like, and again, like I feel like it's like I can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? So I really don't, unless someone's like okay. I don't mind people saying the word faggot if they at least mean it the right way. In other words, faggot means one thing and one thing only. It means a gay person. And I know that people say, well, it means weak or this or that, but if it's not coming from someone where it's being used against them. In other words, I've been called a faggot, and I know what people mean when they say that, you know? I know what it means. So please don't pretend that it means anything else, and don't try and change the meaning of a word because you haven't had to deal with it personally, especially if you're dishing it out. Let's not pretend it means anything but what it means. It means gay person. So enough.
Right.
All right. You heard it here first.
Now
I
I'm
think I say-
turning into the preachy comic that I hate.
Yeah, but this is this is just a
podcast.
podcast. I say
true.
fag a lot more than I say faggot, but I would never call a gay person a fag.
Well, I've been in
I'm like,
rooms
I feel like a fag.
I've been in like green rooms with comics where everyone's talking and stuff, and you know they'll be like blah 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 blah, yeah, fag, yeah, no offense, blah 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 blah, fag, no offense, and I don't take offense.
I think
to
I'm the
it.
guy in this
Yeah,
story.
sorry about that.
But you know what? I oftentimes like, I know this sounds crazy. If anyone here ever just YouTube me, and you'll see the gayest thing in the world. I often forget though when I'm with other comics because I'm working so hard that
Yeah.
I forget that I am gay. I feel more like a comic.
Hey, that's great.
When I sit and talk like with you or you and we're chatting and I ask both of you guys a lot of questions because you're both way higher up than I am. But it's like I would like, you know, I feel more like a comic,
Yeah.
honestly, than I do. And then it hits me every once in a while. I'm like, oh wait, I wonder if this is weird for anybody else. Like I am gay. I don't know. It's a weird
no,
thing.
I mean, I don't think comics. If comics care, they're probably a bad comic.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I think comics supersedes the gay.
I agree.
Where we were
Race.
just comics
Hence
hanging
I'm
out
not-
and race. Yeah.
Hence I'm not dating.
Right.
I'm doing shows and I'd rather do that than date.
Now, let me
Right.
ask you this.
I gotta do both.
I feel guilty just because I feel like we're having you on and we're like, what's it like being gay? Does that ever bother you?
No,
All the
if
questions?
people come.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
if
a
you're,
fascinating
Yeah, it is.
lifestyle.
let's
we
be
wanna
honest.
learn.
There's not a lot of gay people in comedy, right? Let's be honest.
Nah, no,
So-
I think there's a bunch.
a
I think there's a lot in the industry for sure.
In the industry, yes, but like comics that you're doing shows with, you know, how many nights a week are you doing a show with a gay person?
Well, you're
maybe
on a lot
2
of
or
shows,
3 out of
buddy.
a week.
Not
true.
this week, and I gotta get up.
Ah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. If you have questions, that's fine.
Okay.
You're not asking because you're trying to offend me or anything. You're
Right.
not asking me because you're like, you're gay, now let's laugh at you. You're genuinely asking because do you have a
Oh,
lot of gay
we're,
friends?
We're very pro gay.
There you go.
Yeah,
We're pro-gay and-
I'm trying to get one. We're working on it.
Yes.
We're friends.
Well, we're not there yet. I think we need a good argument. I think we have to.
I've got his
Yes.
phone number.
I have his phone
Yeah,
number.
we-
I
oh,
texted
there
him
we
to do the
go.
show.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Yes.
it was my idea to have him on. This guy.
I showed a guy on the street. Look at this.
What are you
Mateo
kidding me?
Lane, baby, in the context.
I got all kinds of gays in my phone.
Yeah.
My father's gay.
I love. You know what I love is Frank. Is your dad really gay?
No, that's
I
from
was like-
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
We tend to reference Seinfeld a bit on the show.
Elaine is the best character on Seinfeld.
Oh,
Oh, that's
she's great.
ridiculous. I think she's the
I
fourth best character on the show.
Oh, you really don't like Elaine at all?
Really?
I love Elaine. She's the fourth best.
You know, George gives
Oh, she's
me
a better
an
character than Jerry.
George gives me an anxiety attack. I cannot watch George.
He's
He's the
number
best
one.
character on
Yeah.
the show.
I
Yeah.
can't. I get so like I get.
That's us. You're
anxious
talking to
watching it.
George.
He's the most well-developed, layered character. He's the funniest.
He is very funny. But I like his mom better than I like him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's an amazing character.
The dynamic between him and his parents to me is.
You got ketchup on it.
Who's gonna have all these bologna sandwiches?
I don't think I feel comfortable handing out bologna sandwiches. I should say Elaine's probably a better character than Jerry, really.
Oh, probably.
Well,
yeah.
Jerry's. I mean, he wasn't really playing a character. He was just sort of.
He's the glue.
Yeah, he binded everyone together.
The straw that stirs the drink, according
There
to
it
Kramer.
is.
Yeah.
So let's go back. When did you first? This is an obvious question, but
Since I can remember.
since you can
Wow.
remember,
Since
so
I can remember.
your earliest memory, but you're not sexually attracted to
Not
people.
sexually attractive. There is like being very. I mean, like being very young, just knowing very early on that you're different and you can't quite explain why. But I mean,
Right.
sexually attracted to men. My first boner I got was like a 1980s video where like men were wearing leather pants, and I remember thinking like it was weird.
Well, leather pants, that'll get anybody.
Well, 'cause-
Yeah.
but
Music videos in the 80s were just male erotica.
My first
of course.
jerking off was Billy Idol's video "Rock the Cradle," where the woman's crawling across. And
Oh,
she's wearing
that was hot.
I still could jerk off to that.
Yeah.
Insane.
My first boner was Dirty Dancing, when the two women were dancing together, also crawling.
Yeah.
Baby, oh, baby. Oh, man, I remember just being like, what the fuck is happening in my pants?
Yes, always. So let me ask you that, because do you still have this feeling? You must have had it for years. To me, being gay, you're dealt a tough hand. You know, you gotta come out to your parents, and then there's the people you feel like you disappoint. Was there years of resenting yourself and thinking, God, why did I have to have this? Why did this happen to me?
I mean,
Because you're you, and you're a beautiful man, and the whole thing, and you're a being, all that crap. But it's tough. It's a tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough hand to be dealt. This is the best time to be gay of all the time that's existed.
yeah. Do you maybe not like the 1700s Victorian age? But
Oh, that was
everyone is
pretty
fucking
sweet.
gay. But you know what?
true, I guess.
And not to get like too serious because this is like a comedy podcast.
You can
but
be serious.
Serious.
Just make it story form.
Like, okay.
Once upon a time.
long time ago.
Make it hilarious, too.
Okay. Oh, this is
Joking,
so
joking.
stressful. I do remember like the first time I ever felt different. I remember. Well, my favorite thing to do when I was like 4 years old, I would go to my cousin's house and put on my cousin Megan's ruby red slippers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, we all did that.
Yeah, but I never, it's like I never felt different until an adult pointed out to me that I was doing something different. Like I remember one time my Uncle Mike was like, Mateo, why aren't you outside playing football like all the other boys? And I was like, well, how do you expect me to catch a football while running in these heels? Okay. But, I remember like the older I got when kids started hitting puberty, and that's when I became way more self-aware because it's like I'm not feeling included on this. I remember a lot of crying, a lot of Catholic guilt, a lot of like praying,
Oh, Catholic.
playing. Yeah,
Boy, you must resent the church.
I resent everything.
My God.
But and then it was a lot of I called like a checklist. So like when I became very self-aware, especially in high school, and at that point in middle school, I'd already been called a faggot by a kid named Todd Burkoff. Fuck you.
Yeah, Berkey.
He's a weird ugly nose. So I remember no, just his nose went up like literally went up like this.
Oh,
like,
pig nose.
Pig nose, and I was like, come on, that I feel like there's a piece of tape I'm not seeing.
Wow.
Yeah, take that, Berkey, you fucking homophobe.
See,
pig nose
I'm
dick.
bad with I'm terrible with insults. But I remember like I had what like I called a checklist, right? So like in my head, it was a 24-hour, even by myself, constant checklist, which was walk a certain way, talk a certain way, dress a certain way, stand a certain way.
man.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real. And then when I came out, because you sort of like build like a Frankenstein monster, like who you think you're supposed to be.
Right.
And then when you come out, you have to like shed that away and figure out who you are. And
Boy, it's tough. Tough hand to be dealt.
Yeah,
You gotta.
but also like I love being, my cousin Brian and I the other day were like, I love being gay.
Well, yeah.
you know?
Once you're out and liberated, you're in New York, and you're becoming very successful, and you're you, and you know yourself. But those early years must be tough. When did you come out to your parents?
I came
Well,
out.
but you said they knew.
Well,
Is that right?
Well, I mean, it was hard not to. Although my mom doesn't have very good gaydar. Like I'm running around in dresses, and she's like, he hasn't found the right girl yet. So I don't know
Right.
what her problem was. But my brother came out when he was 14.
Wow, that's young.
Very young. And
Wow.
I came out when I was 18 to friends, close friends, and then like 21 when I came out to my parents.
So it's
Wow.
not crazy late, but that's
Not
late.
crazy late, but it is a weird thing. It's just something you really do want to avoid. And I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
But
you know?
did your brother make it easier? Because he came out. then
No.
you-
My
Oh.
brother and I don't really talk.
Aha.
Oh,
And,
boy.
but I did come out to him because I ran into him at a gay bar with a fake ID.
Oh wow.
So
Did you know your brother was gay this whole time?
I knew
growing
he
up?
was gay when I was. Let's see. When he was 14, I remember he like had a conversation with my mom, and my mom was crying, and I was like, "Why is my mom?" I didn't think it the other way around. I was like, "Why is my mom telling him a story? Like, why? What can't she tell us?" you know?
Right.
And then I figured out because I found a gay magazine under his mattress.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oprah?
Gay man.
I remember it was called like XY or something, and there was
Oh,
pictures of
XY.
like guys like in like underwear with like their pubes sticking out. And I remember thinking,
Wow.
even then I was like, that's a bad look. But then I remember, it hit me, and then I like showed my sister.
Wow.
Because my sister said that her friends were like, "Is Vince gay?" Because I guess he was being made fun of too, which we've
Right.
never talked about. We just don't really talk. He lives in San Francisco now.
Yeah.
Wow, so you're kind of homophobic.
So your mother cried.
My mom cried with my brother, not with me.
Oh wow, yeah, she was hardened by that point.
Yeah, at that point she's like, "Got it." You know what I mean?
Mark,
God,
you
got it.
get your girl, you have a kid. What, he comes out gay. What are you thinking? What's your reaction?
I'm fine with it. You know, well, what do you want me to say? He's right here.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, be honest.
No, I mean, I
But
would
you
just
it must
worry.
be tough. You worry.
I would worry about the struggles and the shit he would have to go through and the fag names and all
Right.
that. So that would worry me.
I mean,
But-
I have had it relatively easy compared to some people.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
of
People have
course,
been
yeah.
beat to
Got
get by with pipes.
dragged by a truck.
Right,
Right.
exactly. So it's like, I grew up in Chicago. I have a very liberal, open family, and the way I made my family open to talk about it is because I made jokes about it. You know what I mean? The way I talk with you guys, the way I talk with them, and
Right.
so you make jokes about it, but
Man, I have so many questions.
Yeah. Give us the
questions.
first
Okay.
hookup. I want the story of the first hookup.
Oh, that's a
You-
good one.
first guy hooked
I
up.
just pictured laser beams shooting and birds flying.
No, I
and-
remember. I hooked up with this guy named Leonardo.
Ooh,
Wow, great gay name.
Was he a painter, shirtless?
He was a
sounds
painter because I went to art school.
Oh,
Shocking.
yeah.
And
Oh, so this is late in the game here.
yeah, I was 18 when this happened.
First hookup, you're 18?
First hookup with a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, have you hooked up with a clit?
And I've never touched a clip, but I've had a
Oh,
girlfriend.
neither have I.
It's quite a thrill.
I
You get
also
that thumb on
feel
there.
like I don't. Okay, clits seem very stressful.
Tell me about it.
Are they? I mean, what?
Oh, they're tiny. I can't find them. There's folds and flaps and
what's
hair.
your-
Oh, it's crazy. Somebody
like
give me a laptop.
Sounds like your girl needs to shed a couple pounds. There shouldn't
I've
be that
seen-
much over there.
Got
I've
fucking
s-
drain shutters down
I
there.
mean, it
Oh,
sounds
it's
like you're
delightful.
describing a sci-fi movie.
I love a,
It
I
is.
love a puss.
It's like that. I love a puss too.
Because
but-
I have guy friends who say that they hate the way it looks, but they love the way it feels, and then I have other ones who say they want to stare at it all day.
No, I love staring. I mean, it's like an artichoke. It's
Yes.
complicated, but I like it.
I
you know?
get right in there. I love it. I've been with the same girl for a while, so once you figure out the buttons, it's glorious. Then you try a couple new things. You get in there. It's a two-hand operation for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what's interesting to me about women is they're so defensive. They put on the defense when you try to fuck them, but they like it so much. When they're twitching, they're moaning, they're screaming, they're clawing. You're like, why'd you put up such a front?
Yeah, it's very
you're dying here. I'm killing.
Very strange. It's weird too because I love to go down on the girl and do all the business. Sometimes the girls very different than guys. Obviously, it sounds hacky to say that, but I've had girls that are like, "Nah, I'm not in the mood," and I'm like, "You don't have to do it. Just lay there.
Yeah.
I'll
and
do it.
Receive an orgasm.
Yes.
I don't even want any reciprocation.
Right.
I just want to get in there and fiddle around with the business.
Oh yeah,
You know, I love a good puss. You're really missing out.
it's good time.
I'm sure I am missing out.
mean,
but I would be confused and
Becky, get in
bewildered.
here.
Is Becky here?
I think I saw Beck. Oh no.
That's
Never
John.
Oh well.
Oh,
You look terrible.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, but no, but a vagina is amazing. And the inside, have you been inside one?
no.
Oh boy, it's
God, it's
wild.
so warm.
It's
All right, but-
warm and it's cozy and
It's-
mushy.
Have you read anal sex?
Oh, tonight.
Have I?
no,
no.
not received.
We have it
you
before-
given?
Oh yes, I have.
We have it
have?
before
I
every
don't.
show.
I'm not
Did you
crazy
use
about
lube?
it. Yes. We used lotion because it was right there.
No. What are you doing?
We didn't have time to go out and buy lube. I don't know. We used
Yeah, you
lotion.
gotta
We were
lube.
young. It was the 80s.
We were young.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of anal. I don't want to get too personal, but my current lady, we've never had anal. She's a grown up.
Just FYI, I love your girlfriend.
Great girlfriend. She was on the show last week.
Right,
She's
she
a wonderful
one of
person,
the
but
funniest people in New York. I
she,
think.
Yes.
she does a
Great
she does,
puss.
She does a joke. She does a joke. She quit drinking, so no more anal, which means she'll never get married. Which is a
Oh, that's a
wonderful-
great joke.
Great joke. But I've had the anal before, and it's quite a thrill, but not so much the feel. It doesn't feel any better, but to me, it was always like a conquering thing.
Yes,
of like,
I
yes,
agree.
I've been in all the holes that will fit a penis.
Yeah, I got a funny anal anecdote.
Please.
I've been watching porn. By the way, my mom's in town. She's killing me. Ugh, I came home drunk last night. We fucked. So, but she's on my couch right now. It's brutal. I can't sleep with her there. But yeah, so I'm watching. She finally leaves. I'm watching porn. Like, finally. And there's a section called Oops, which is like gag, fun, prank porn.
Oh wow.
And the scene I clicked on was a guy banging this gal, and then it slips in her ass, and she was like, ah, 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 ah! And the guy's like, what? He's on top. He's like, what should I do? She's like, leave it in. I've always wanted to try it. I laughed out loud. She said that. Leave it in. I've always wanted to try it. And the guy's like, okay, what should I do? She's like, just sit still. It's so tight.
Wow.
I'm dying holding my own junk, just dying laughing at this oops porn. It's hilarious. You
I
gotta check
often
it
laugh
out.
at gay porn because it's like there's gay porn called like Broke Straight Boys,
Uh-huh.
and it's so they couldn't make it any more obvious that
Right.
it's just gay men. You know what I mean? Like they'll take two straight guys, put them on a couch, and the director will talk to them, and be like, "Looks like the lady's not gonna show up, but if you two want to try," and then the guy's always like, "Well, I've never done anything like this before." I'm
Right.
like, "All right, we got it. You're gay. You're ruining this."
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Speaking of
I
laughing
ruined
at
my ear, by the way. This was no sounded anymore.
Speaking of laughing at gay porn, the first time I saw Brokeback Mountain in the movies, which I love the movie, I think it's a great movie. The first time I saw it, I laughed so hard out loud at the first sex scene. Have you seen the movie?
I didn't see it.
It's a terrific movie.
Oh, it looks
because they're
yeah.
fist fighting. They get in a fist fight in a tent.
Yeah?
And then at one point he flips him around and just spits on his hand and shoves it in his ass and just starts fucking like.
Wow.
It's a fight that leads into sex. I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I
Yeah.
felt bad.
My Aunt Cindy and cousin Kelly watched the movie so many times; they're obsessed with it.
It's a good movie.
It's
I mean,
too stressful. I hate movies.
what do you
What?
mean?
I hate movies. I don't have time.
Another gay
That
stereotype.
might be the
Yeah.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Stressful.
Sorry, everything's stressful.
I
What are you
love
talking
movies.
about?
What are you talking about?
I'm an
I love
addict.
movies.
I don't have time. I'd rather draw.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, you're a big artist.
I like that.
Or
I'd
a
rather draw
drawer.
or sing, and I'm mad that I don't have my car, so I can't sing as much when I'm here.
You can sing anytime.
Do you know what I did?
Not on our show,
by the way,
but-
do you know what I did before stand up? You know, everyone talks about like the really tough like road gigs and shit. I used to be in a cabaret group in Chicago with drag queens, and we would perform at local strip clubs in the Chicago suburbs,
Wow.
which was a nightmare.
Wow.
It was. I would sing Barbra Streisand, have old men throw peanuts at me, and then a stripper would come on stage after me, and then I would sit in the changing room with two men jacking off in a corner to get hard before they go on stage, and
wow.
a drag queen.
Wow.
Wow,
And then I was like, I gotta try something else.
Yeah.
Then I did stand up.
There you go.
That's a hell of a road story. I think we started your first hookup story.
Oh, yeah,
and
Leonardo.
We
Oh,
digressed.
Leonardo, yeah.
We're
He was-
big digressors
He
here.
was like he saw me. He was friends with my friend Colleen, and then he like she came up to me, and I wasn't out yet, and she was like, "Oh, Leonardo has a man crush on you," and I was like, "He does," and he wasn't necessarily attractive, but it's almost like subconscious, like an escape out. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like this might be it. I just need this, and so. Yeah, then I like hung out with him at his apartment. I almost have
boy.
like a knot in my stomach saying, it's like, and then we like made out, and I remember he gave head, and even then I was like, it was the first time I'd ever gotten head, and I was like, this isn't good.
Really?
Yeah, he was really bad at it. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. You
So
think a guy would be spectacular at
he was really bad at it, and he was, and then like a week later, he like never spoke to me again.
Oh wow.
So-
I feel like I would come right out of the gate with a great blowjob if I was gay.
Leonardo, yeah.
Yeah, because you know what's going on down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
agree.
I could teach a class.
My boyfriend of 2 years, who I had like 4 years ago, I don't really remember. That was the longest relationship I was ever in. He never gave. He was good in bed, but just never gave good head.
What are we
Wow.
talking? Teeth? Just
No, just like almost like opened his mouth and just laid there like a slug, And I want to be like, use your
Yikes.
hands, do something.
Yeah.
Well, then you fuck his head.
I did
You
get
get
head
in
from
there.
this guy I hooked up with. Like one of the first guys I hooked up, his name was Ty, and he gave to this day the best head. He had the smallest penis I've ever seen, but he gave the best fucking head.
Wow.
The
See?
best head.
I would give great head.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be doing
Come
all
on, how
kinds of
small are we
business.
talking about?
Oh, jeez. So you familiar with the golf pencil? I mean,
No,
I
I feel like we get a lot of like O&A type bro fans of this show. We might be bleeding our whole audience with this.
Well, hey,
gay hooking
we're
up.
gaining a new burlesque crowd.
Yeah, we're gonna get the
It was-
gays.
let me just say, doing cabaret with drag queens are the most insufferable people
Oh,
on the face
I
of the
believe
planet.
it. I've seen them on the train. They're the worst.
They are, but some of them are nice. But they get ready for like 9 hours, like putting on each eyelash, and then when they get on stage, they sort of just like pretend like they don't really want to be there.
Right.
Let me ask you this question. This is a personal question. I was talking to my girlfriend about it the other day. I never get mistaken for gay. What is it about me? Is it the way I dress, the bad sneakers? What is
Well-
it that screams heterosexuality about me? Because I like musicals and I'm thin and I feel like
I think you can just sometimes you meet people, like I'll meet people, and there could be 10 new men I meet, right? And one of them you just sort of get that feeling about.
gaydar is a real thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I don't have it.
You have none of it.
No
You wouldn't have
gaydar.
known I was
Well,
gay,
Well, this guy,
Maybe after talking to you for 10 minutes.
or a
10
second.
minutes.
I mean, I'm that bad. I'm that bad.
Wow.
But like,
Pretty
yeah,
bad.
no one in this room has ever, none. Do you know what I mean? But then there's sometimes I'll meet like a comic and I'll be like, huh. But you just can't put your words in it. It's just
Name
something
names.
about it. I can't quite.
Interesting. Because sometimes it's
Figure it
hurtful.
out.
I want people to be like, what are you gay? I'm like this, well, I appreciate it, but no.
Well, I don't know.
But I
if
think I have bad outfits.
Well, not all gays have great outfits.
That's
you know
true.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're not dressed particularly well.
No, I dress in a t-shirt and jeans
But
every
you can-
single day.
You can tell it's intentional. You put that together.
Yeah,
a white t-shirt and jeans.
Well, but the hat, the shoes,
Well,
the
the hat,
rubber
I love
band,
this
the
hat.
mustache.
Your
Yeah.
nephew's T-shirt.
My nephew's
very
t-shirt.
small.
My goddaughter's t-shirt.
Ah.
It's a woman's shirt.
I'll tell you though, I met a gay guy last night. Gave him my phone number actually.
Really?
Yeah, because he books a show. But he was the worst dress. There's nothing worse than
hot?
it. No. He was wearing like an oversized hoodie with stains on it, and I'm like, dude, you're gay. Get it together. Like, and I
Yeah.
felt bad. But I was like, you're the worst dressed gay guy. There's no excuse for a terribly dressed gay guy.
Now, what do you think of this? I talk about a man being some man. I'm like, that's an attractive man. Leonardo DiCaprio, what is that handsome guy? And then I got some buddies who's like this. That's fucking gay. You're talking about a man being attractive. That's gay.
All right, well, tell
that guy's
person,
gay, right?
No, not gay,
Doesn't
but
that
you want to
mean-
be like, we got it. You're
Right,
a man.
right.
It's the same thing when a motorcycle goes by and it's like, you're like, we got it. You have a penis. You know what I mean? I got it.
You know what? Going back to my girlfriend Sarah, whenever someone flies by with their loud bike, she yells, "I want to suck your dick."
Yeah, exactly.
Which is real fun.
But I mean, yeah, I always am. I am a little weary of the men who are very much like, that's gay, that's gay, that's gay. You know, and they get very angry about it because you want to be like, yeah, no one's accusing you of being gay, and you can say things are attractive. I can think women are attractive,
Of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I can say, oh, you look very good today. You're very handsome, and that's not me like hitting on people.
Right. Mark, you ever have a guy hit on you?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, you're a handsome fella.
Oh, thanks. I never catch it either. I had a guy in Florida once. He was like, "So, you come here often?" I was like, "Nah, first time."
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, you want a drink?" I was like, "I'd love a drink." And I just kept going with it. And my
Right.
girlfriend was eventually like, "He's hitting on you." And I was like, "Great, even better."
That's what happens with us with girls. When
Have
we're
either
like,
one of
hey, you
you-
start talking to a girl and
Yeah.
you buy them a drink, and they're like, I didn't know you were hitting on me. I thought you were. You're like, what the fuck you think I'm doing?
Right.
Have either
So-
one of you had an experience with men?
A couple.
Oh, boy.
Have you really?
Well,
Let me take my headphones off and pants.
first of all, let me say for a week I was worried I was gay. Not worried, but I was curious. And when I was like 17 or 18 in college, I think I was 18, and I was hanging out with my friend, and my friend was like a gorgeous guy. The ladies loved him, buff, handsome guy. And I remember being like, all right, so am I gay? Nah, I'm probably not gay. I like women, but maybe I am gay. And it was so much, I worried about it so much that I almost turned myself gay. Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I was just like, maybe I am gay. Am I gay? I'm freaking out about it. So then I'm like freaking out, like maybe I am gay. And then I was hanging out with him one day, and he took his shirt off, and I had to run out. I'd left.
Yeah. See, here's the
Did
thing.
you ever have that?
Well, I can like Tom Cruise in Top Gun. I remember being a kid and he'd do that scene. And he was so cool and he put his glasses on, and I was like, that's a fucking man. God,
Yeah.
I love this guy.
I mean, you watch it now, then you're
But
like, what a
then-
beautiful woman.
But then you think about Tom Cruise. If you put yourself there sexually, it's appalling to me.
Yeah.
I'm very pro civil rights and gay, and I'm glad we're
yeah,
friends.
you
but
can think it's
the
gross
bedroom
to have
business,
sex with men and
my
not be
God.
anti-gay. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate those people who are like, it's not disgusting. Well, what? Just they don't have to like the gay sex
Yeah,
part. but-
Right.
It's
Wait, so
horrifying.
you did?
Oh, well, one time I was on, we used to get limo buses in high school. Did you ever do that?
No.
You know, like a
bus.
party bus.
Oh, okay.
You get a couple kegs on the bus. It was like prom night or a dance or whatever.
Right.
And we get a bunch of girls on the bus and get drunk and fool around. And one of my friends, he's a Marine now,
Ah.
a Hispanic fella. I was making out with a girl and she was jerking me off in a seat. And my friend ran up and he was like, "Ah, look at these two!" And he just went, "Ah!" and started jerking me off for like a second. And
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
"Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" And the girl was like, "Who is that guy?" And she was freaked out. And I was like, "It's my friend. He's a nut." But I think he was just trying to be like, "We're crazy." But he
Yeah.
jerked me off for like 4 strokes.
Wow.
Very interesting.
That's
not bad.
good.
Ah,
That's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's a Marine now.
not really an Aesop fable,
Yeah.
but it happened.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
nothing gay. One time on Bobby Kelly's podcast, Jim Norton was on. They were talking about being into tranny porn and
Really?
gay experiences or whatever. But I got nothing. I find
You never tried the gay porn? Like, let me see if I like it.
No.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tried that.
See, the thing is, like, the one thing is, like, I being gay, like, a lot of gay men have a lot of really weird fetishes.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe it's just because, like, if you go on Grindr, you will see. But I think, like, I was like, I'm kind of boring. Like, I'm kind of just into like traditional gay sex, if that's a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I have no
it's not.
fetishes.
It's
I have no
nothing
weirdo. I'm
traditional.
not into trannies. I'm not into like, give me your feet. I'm just sort of like,
Yeah.
I'm like a boring gay. I'm like an old Victorian woman, but as a gay man.
Wouldn't you say feet gets the worst rap of things to be into?
Was that you saying that you're into feet?
I like a foot. I'm not into feet, but like people, I had this happen one time when the girl was staying at our house, like a friend of a roommate, and we were just bullshitting, and I was like, "Oh, you got nice feet," and she was like, "What are you, one of those weirdos, you weirdo?" And I was like, I just couldn't think of anything else to compliment you on.
Right, your
But
face
you can,
is ugly.
You can make a nice foot is a nice foot. My girlfriend has great
Yeah, you
feet.
can have
They're
nice
they're
feet.
you know they're in shape. They're proportionate.
I mean,
and
again,
clipped
I
up.
think it's like, yeah, you can say something's nice without having to be weird about it. Like that guy, you can say Leonardo DiCaprio is handsome and not be
Right.
gay.
But feet gets a bad rap. If you were like, I'm into assholes, I'm into eating ass, you get less flack if you're like, I like to suck on a foot. People
a great point.
They cast dispersions.
I think it's
Yes.
because like eating an asshole is like a sexual. It's like foreplay. It's like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you could suck a toe.
Yeah.
And then fuck it.
Some people fuck
I
toes.
guess you could fuck if the space is big enough.
Yeah,
between
that's
the
a
big
big
and the little.
That's quite a hoof. I got a pretty thick piece.
Yeah, that's a real camel toe.
You'd have to be missing a toe for me
that's
to
hot.
get in there. Hey, you like a missing toe, eh?
Let me ask you this: drag queens. You worked with a lot of them. Why are they huge? You never see a small drag queen. You never
Because-
see a drag queen where like, hey, that could be a girl.
I think those are twinks. There's different
Oh, is that
categories.
right?
No, twinks have nothing to do with drag queens. Twinks would be like in the category of
That's
like
what I mean.
gay male bodies. So like it's like
Aha.
there's bears, there's twinks, there's wolves, there's cubs,
What's a
there's
wolf?
otters.
I've never heard
Oh,
of a
it's
wolf.
Fucking
A wolf.
Weebelo.
Think
Is
of
there
like
a Weebelo?
think of like Hugh Jackman. That's like an older man who's in really good shape, and he's like, you know, has hair on him. So that's like a wolf. And
He's a
then, like,
Wolverine.
exactly right. You know. And then there's bears who are like bigger, really big,
Right.
and by big, fat gay men with beards and a lot of hair. And then a cub is like a young bear, and then an otter, which is what I would be. You would be like an otter.
You're an otter?
Yeah, like our body type with like hair on it.
I
See
got
what
no
I'm
hair.
saying? And then there's
What am I? Am I a giraffe?
I don't-
What do I got? What do I
You're a
got going on?
salamander.
we start getting into Pokemon after a while. I'm like, you are Starmie.
Boy.
You're a
yeah.
gecko.
That's, you know, and then there's twinks, and then there's, you know, I don't like those. I don't like that terminology because I think it's bad enough. Like gays, we're already hated. You know what I mean? Like, do we have to categorize our own selves and have like bears have a flag? And bears have like bear parties and bear cruises and bear this and bear that. I'm like, just say you're fat and you don't want to be in shape, and then that's it. Why are you
Right.
calling yourself a bear and making a flag and being proud of it?
Good point.
Wow.
It's annoying.
I don't mean this offensively. I think this is one of our best episodes. That being said, I think we're losing a lot of audience. from
Are we?
this.
I'm
But
sorry.
we're
Okay.
gaining as well. We're
Yeah,
gaining
I don't
bears.
know about that.
And
I
otters.
never talk about this stuff on stage.
Will you
Why not?
plug this
Ever.
podcast and get some of these gay people to be listening? You guys all talk,
You
right?
guys have
Yeah.
more Twitter followers than I do.
I want to float at the parade.
Yeah, I want to be Tuesdays with gay stories.
Yes.
Yeah, but really, we just wanted to do this so we can say fag the rest of our
Got it.
episode,
So you get
yeah.
like you just faggot.
yeah.
Got it.
There it
not,
is.
not really. I'm just kidding. Now I feel like you took that serious. Now I feel like we're fighting.
Oh, this is our first fight, and then we can be friends.
Ah.
I have
there
a
you
theory
go.
that you have to be in a fight with someone before you can be really good friends.
Maybe.
We
but
talked about this
see-
before on the show because then there's that fear when you're like friends with someone. You're like, we have to get in a fight at some point.
But you, I feel like we could have a fight. You, I feel like we couldn't. I feel
Really?
like do you get into a lot of verbal fights?
We've been in a few.
yeah,
Really?
Oh yeah. I try to avoid it. I don't like confrontation. I feel like if we fight, you'll hate me forever.
yeah.
I
try
get
to
that
avoid
way.
it.
Yeah.
I hate
But
conflict.
By the way,
feel
great
like
job
we
with the
fight.
Pete Holmes podcast.
Oh, thanks, Dick.
That was
Let's go.
That was fascinating.
Really?
All right. Let's
Wow,
not get too
thanks.
into another podcast.
I got
here.
lots of
Jesus.
questions for Mark. Okay.
Oh, hey.
They're gonna pause ours and go listen to Pete's.
Have me on your pod. Do you have a pod?
No, I had one for a while and then completely stopped.
Oh yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
for the best.
Yeah.
yeah. You're very bored.
Just kidding.
I'm extremely bored.
This is where
kidding.
I struggle with homosexuality, hanging out with. I feel like every time I shit on you, I feel like it's like a girl. I feel like you're upset at me.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not.
I zing, and then I feel like you're mad.
Listen, there are gay friends that I have where I can't say, you know, faggot or this and that and blah blah. I can't even joke about it because I'm afraid that they're judging me. So there's
Wow.
you know, it gets pretty bad. I here's the thing is like there's a podcast I listen to. It's a gay podcast called PNS Explosion, and they are the funniest. And they're everything. They're like the gay Howard Stern show. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? And I remember the only thing my brother did for me, really, when I came out of the closet, he gave me a CD with a bunch of podcasts on it. I listened to it, and it's three gay men screaming at each other, faggot, and like laughing
Yeah.
and making jokes about it, and that saved my life.
Wow.
Because I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that we could call each other this and laugh at it and be okay with it. And I know there's a lot of gay people who don't approve of. It's a very jarring word, and it's a
Right.
very, but for me and the way that they used it, it saved. I'm probably a comedian today because of it.
They're
Wow.
like the Richard Pryor of homosexuality.
Kind of.
right.
You
And if you
should.
like guys saying faggot on a podcast, you're going to love this show. You should go back to episode 1 and listen all the way through.
Let me ask you about the straight guys. We have a gay friend, Thomas Dale.
who I've never met, by the way.
Oh, my
Oh,
God, you're
wow.
like the new Thomas Dale. I don't think
Yeah.
you guys could exist in the same city.
Everybody has asked me, like, so you know Thomas Dale? Have you met Thomas Dale? I was like, I have never, ever met Thomas Dale, but I
Great
only
guy.
hear good things about him.
Amazing dude, just a salt of the earth homo.
I love Thomas Dale.
But he always loves the straight boys. That's like the ultimate get to him. Do you feel that way, or are you?
No, I feel almost the opposite.
I like that.
You're
because I don't-
You'd be a traitor to your sexuality.
Well, it's not traitor, but it's like there's no,
No, it is.
there's no sense in going to anything that's I like challenge, but I don't want an impossible challenge,
Right.
And also, no, I've been very good at separating, like, I've never had a crush on a straight friend.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
very good at,
Damn it.
keeping it like
I know.
that.
Nothing here?
Like, my best friend is Evan Williams, right?
Oh,
I love
didn't
Evan
know that.
Williams.
I didn't know that.
Best friend. We talk every day, all day, but we really feel more like brothers than we do anything. And I would never think of him that way. Very, like, few times, like maybe in high school, before I came out, I was, you kind of wishful think, but I'm very much the opposite of that. I'm
Right.
not really, I don't know, it's embarrassing. I don't know. I'm not into that.
It's interesting because Evan Williams, at a first glance, looks like he would hate gays.
The
Yeah.
first time I saw him walk down the stage, it was a year and a half ago when I moved to New York. I'm at the Pit at the open mic,
Yeah.
and he's walking down the stage, and in my head, well, this looks like a real piece of shit.
That's what you're afraid of
And
with your comedy.
yes, I know.
You gotta
And then I watched
careful.
him, and I
Interesting.
thought to myself, holy shit, not only is the exact opposite of what I thought, but funny. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah,
of
very
course.
funny.
That's what you got to hope for you when you walk out there.
I know. Well, I'm sure when I walk out on stage, people sometimes before I even start, like if I haven't done my opera bit in a while, because I gotta be done with it. But when I get on stage before, like I'll start singing, people will start chuckling already because every other comic has been wearing baggy jeans and a shirt, and here I am in like boots and skinny jeans and a hat. I got a mustache, and they're all like, already they're like, what is this? But
I got a lot of thoughts here. I got my head is going crazy. Why would you say you got to get rid of a bit? You've been doing comedy for fucking 2 years. You're already looking to drop bits.
No,
what the hell
not
does that
getting
mean?
not getting rid of a bit, but I mean, So I auditioned for Fallon, and then now I have Montreal coming up. So it's like you keep doing those like same 6 minutes over and over, and that's
Yeah.
a part of it. And then I'm just sick of doing that joke. But
Oh,
it
I
is,
see.
but and I want to open with other shit and be. I want to keep writing.
Well, I would open with other shit, but I wouldn't be dropping bits.
No, I wouldn't
this early
drop
in the
it.
game.
It's because it's fun to do. If there's like 500 people and you start singing opera, it's an awesome energy.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Also, I have real quick. I got a great Thomas Dale story. He talks. Our friend Thomas talks very distinctly.
Yes.
This is a big impression. Look at you, straight boys. Oh,
Nailed it.
that's a pretty good impression.
That was it?
One time, Sam Morrill and I, a good buddy of ours, comic, we were talking like Thomas. It's fun. We did a road trip. We talked like them the whole time. Everything we did, we gotta get some gas. So then we're in line at the airport, security line, and Sam is still doing it, and he's going like this. Joe, I want to suck your dick. And we're just in a crowded line at the airport, and I'm like, Sam, you got to stop doing that. There's people around. And he goes, well, what? They don't know Thomas. I'm like, no, they don't know Tom. I'm not worried about Thomas finding out.
Right.
I'm worried about you telling me you want to suck my dick in front of a 9-year-old kid.
Right.
Two
in public.
things. One, I do a great Joe Mackey impression. I want your opinion. And
Ooh.
two, does Thomas Dale like other gay people?
No, straight boys only.
And not like it's
are you talking
sexually,
about?
like his friends.
Oh, his friends. He has
likes
no gay
everybody.
friends.
Is
He
that
has
right?
none?
I don't think I've never seen him with a gay ever.
You know who I became good friends with recently is Frank Liotti.
Oh,
Oh,
good
I
guy.
love Frank.
Yeah, nice
Him and
guy.
I, both gay, both Italian, both comics.
Yeah,
a lot
he's
in common.
he's
Love
a
him.
beefcake.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Now, gays like a lot of times women in comedy. I feel like women they all hate each other. They don't hang out in big groups.
I
a
don't
lot
think
of the
gays
time.
do. Me, Tim Dillon, and Frank Liotti have a whenever we get together, it's like ladies who lunch.
Hmm.
It's great. But yeah,
Tim Dillon, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know Tim Dillon. I don't.
Great guy.
Great guy, funny. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, but I love female comics. That's a stereotype. I love female comics.
Yeah, gays love
Well,
women.
All of them? Come on, let's be realistic.
Oh, boy.
Not all of them, but
Oh boy.
I do, like, my favorite comics are female comics.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Paula Pound?
Or,
You ever see Brian
or
Regan?
John Early. Do you guys know who John Early is? He's like best friends with Kate Berlant. He's gay. He's a comedian. I think he's the funniest person in the world.
Name some of your favorite comedians.
I actually have a lot more of like people I know who are like my favorite comedians,
Right.
rather than like Candy Lawrence is a comic in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
She's like Amber Nelson. I love.
Oh,
Great.
love the Nelson.
So funny.
But yeah, Evan Williams, who I love, and
He's a man.
yeah. I'm trying to think like female comedy. Yeah, I love Candy Lawrence, the Putterbaugh sisters, my friend Natalie Jose.
Yeah.
Bunch of Chicago comics.
But no, who are your big influences, you know?
Probably Howard Stern.
Okay. It's always interesting when a comedian has a non-comedian.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think my biggest influences are Howard Stern, Christopher Hitchens, and Maria Callas.
Wow.
If that makes any sense.
That's good stuff.
I love Christopher Hitchens.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with him.
I like him too.
Yes, and I
But he said women aren't funny.
no, he didn't say women aren't funny.
I thought he did.
That wasn't his argument.
Oh, okay.
He has a rebuttal to it on YouTube. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Great speaker. That guy can talk his way out
Amazing.
of anything.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And he does in that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Not death.
But you know who actually got who got me wanting to start doing comedy, who made me ever think about it, was Joan Rivers.
Oh, wow.
It's just very stereotypical gay, but like I really have a difficult time relating to a lot of straight male comics.
Now-
I do relate to female comics. Like I really used to love Kathy Griffin. This is before I started comedy, but my only like means of comedy was like, oh, like old Ellen, who was really funny. Old
Amazing.
Ellen.
Ellen's one of
Ellen.
my favorite.
And she's my favorite joke. She's like, I was coming home from kindergarten. Well, they told me it was kindergarten. I found out later I've been working in a factory for 2 years.
Great.
But yeah, her and Joan Rivers. I remember watching Joan Rivers and being blown away. Like I didn't know that anybody could. It was like a lot of power. She has a lot
Yes.
of power on stage, and I was like, how do I wield that power?
You know what I love about Joan Rivers is I saw her live in Vegas once.
Wow.
Pretty amazing show. She is. You think like Louis C.K. and Pryor, these guys are ballsy. She is ballsy. I mean, she's just shitting on everything, Mexicans and gays and whatever.
Wow.
And it's just all like out there. And but her whole act, her whole delivery feels like someone's trying to get her off stage, and she's trying to get everything out just before they
Interesting.
pull her off. And I
Yeah.
love that. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like there's 3 guys in suits on the edge of the stage, like, you fucking cunt, I'm gonna kill you. Stop! Don't say that. She says it all. I love it.
Wow.
I do, yeah. So those are my influences. But Howard Stern, probably number 1.
Howard Stern, great interviewer. I feel like I'd hate hanging out with him.
Yeah, I think he would admit that. I think he
Yeah.
knows he's insufferable to hang out with.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it makes for great radio.
Now,
Great
what
radio.
about Regan and Louis C.K.? Have you
I love
not
Louis,
seen
I
these guys?
love Bill Burr.
Okay.
And I love Louis C.K.
You're really avoiding this Regan question. I feel like you got it out for Regan.
I like
I
Regan.
don't like Regan. I don't like Regan.
No, I mean,
I just wanted you to say you don't like Regan. If you
who's
don't
your,
like Regan,
who's
that's
your
fine.
favorite comic?
Regan.
I got it.
No, Regan, Louis.
I really like
DiPaolo.
Bill Burr. I really like Bill. Oh, I love Artie Lang.
Oh, he's great.
I-
Also great on radio. You like
great
radio?
on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
yeah,
guy,
but I
too.
think Artie Lang, like on Stern, like he would tell stories. I don't think anyone tells a better story than Artie Lang.
I agree.
And I
He's
actually
up
hate
there.
Artie. I mean, he said the worst thing about gay people.
What?
I
What'd he
mean,
say?
Oh my God! Have you ever listened to his fight with High Pitch Mike on the Howard Stern show?
No.
When he was like, "I hope the man takes off his fucking rubber and gives you AIDS and you die, you fucking piece of shit, you faggot." I mean, you
He
know,
was probably under the influence.
he
though.
says yeah. He
people
says the
addicts
worst-
say bad things.
but I
sometimes.
still love him. I love him. I love
Yeah.
him.
I mean, we've all said stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Well, certainly
ordering,
we think it
just
a lot.
ordering Starbucks that comes out. You
Of
know what
course,
I mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm so annoyed with everything these days. Every headline is, this guy's racist. He said cocksucker. He said this. It's like, come on. I say the N-word every time I stub my toe.
Do you really?
Yeah, I say the N-word all the time, but never towards black people. You know, I'm not like, look at these yada
You
yada.
should stop
Right.
saying the N word.
Well,
all
I mean,
the
I say to
time.
my apartment, you know, if I miss a check, I'm like, damn it. I'm not going to say it because we have a couple black fans, but
Right. We got big black fans, by the way.
yeah.
Dom and Brandon.
Big Dom, thanks again for the Chipotle.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, keep those Chipotle gift cards coming, by the way. We're going to go right now, right?
Yeah.
Want to go to Chipotle, buddy?
I gotta go back to work.
Thank God. I didn't want to be seen in public with
Okay,
you.
got it.
What do you do?
See, you make me
I'm,
nervous. You just-
I'm a storyboard artist. I illustrate TV commercials.
Wow, what a cool job.
Neat.
That's pretty cool.
Erin Lennox, I think, writes commercials or something. She does
Yeah.
some commercial
Does she?
business.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I should talk to her.
Listen to this.
Please.
Gay and straight.
Yeah. Which one am I?
It's hard to tell.
All right.
So I got an email yesterday from an ad agency. They said, hey, we saw your set at the Cellar. We like the way you think. We want you to come bounce ideas for a commercial.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
That's big money, buddy boy.
Yeah, it's $800 a day, 4 hours a day.
Come on.
Wow. How
Yeah.
long do you do that for?
I just 2 days. I just go in, I brainstorm with all the suits, and I get to be the fun guy. Like, hey, look at this homo, look at that coon. All right,
that's
yeah. I do the point to the shirt and flip up.
Wow, that sounds
That's
great.
So awesome.
I remember I did a commercial once. I was in a Captain Morgan commercial, and I remember throughout the whole process, I just wanted to be one of the guys writing. They were coming up with the jokes, and
yeah.
I was like, no, that sucks.
Yeah.
How do these people go? This is like the industry. These people go to college to study advertising, and then they're writing comedy.
I know.
We
You know,
should be writing
I
the
just
commercials.
did-
I know.
I just
That's
did
the
a
best idea they've ever had is get a comic.
I just did a pilot for Logo and MTV. They're having basically like a.
Oh, you got it.
I did.
Hey,
I
congratulations.
was upset. Did you not?
Finally
No,
a break.
I was upset
they,
by
they
it.
didn't get any of my jokes. They went all over the head.
Well, I ended up they had like the writer there, like when you're like filming and stuff, and they, he seemed like I had more fun like bouncing my own ideas off of his jokes. You know what I mean?
Right,
'Cause, like,
right.
try saying this. I'm like, well, can I just ad lib and make my own stuff? And so they're like, yeah, do whatever you want. And so it was, Jay-Z's ugly and all this other shit. But I'm like going off, and it was so much fun to just
Yeah.
like stand there and bounce ideas off somebody else's ideas, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I had
great.
fun.
That's good stuff. That's good that they collaborate. Usually they just go, here's a camera, say what we told you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you're-
they also wanted me to I wrote all my own jokes, and they were
Oh,
like,
good.
they gave me the subjects and stuff, but it was fun.
Congrats, man. That's a big TV. That's going to be some nice coin.
I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
For the layman.
Well, I think when you're an actor in a commercial, they don't want you to improvise because then they have
No.
to give you a writing credit.
Ah.
I came up with a good joke. I was in another commercial for ESPN where I'm holding Bevo, the University of Texas mascot, who's a giant. What do you call that? Steer. And I get caught stealing the steer, the bull, whatever. And I had a line I improvised. I go, "Run, Bevo, save yourself." And I thought that was really funny.
That's
and they were
funny.
like, "If you could stick to the script, that would be great."
Oh.
Ooh,
And
like, this is why
instead,
you
I
hired
say
me.
holding him for a friend, I think, or something like that.
Eh,
which
not
is,
as good.
which is funny also, but well, that was quite a thrill.
Yeah, that's some real money, too.
Well, that's a fun story about Tuesdays with Stories, everybody. That's a fun story. I was with a manager at the time, and I booked this commercial for ESPN, and he was like, "We're looking at this. We're looking at an easy $15,000 for this one. This is going to be big.
Wow.
$20,000." And I was like, "This is unbelievable." I had my girlfriend at the time. I was like, "This is going to be amazing." I go there. I shoot the commercial. It's in Carolina. 3 days in Raleigh, which is beautiful. We traveled around. We shot on the Duke University campus. I got to walk on the floor at Cameron Indoor, which a basketball fan, it's a big deal. Then at the end of the shooting, I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, "So then we get paid big money, huh?" And he's like, "I don't know about big money." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, this is a promo. It's for ESPN and airs on ESPN. I get paid $800."
Ah.
And it aired a lot, which is not. If someone had said you get a three-day vacation in
Yeah.
Carolina, get to hang out on the floor at the basketball court, and we'll give you $800, I would have been like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, but
But instead, I basically lost $19,000.
Wow.
Brutal. That's showbiz.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
There's no people.
Thank you.
I was gonna keep singing.
Can I just say for the record, I've said, how do you like all female comics? And you went, oh boy. I have nothing against female comics, but can I say this? Now I'm all worried that there's women just blogging. But
No women listen to this show.
my mom.
I know.
All right.
I'm kidding. A bunch of them do, actually.
yeah,
Female
yeah.
comedians listen to this show, as a matter of fact.
But I hate how we go, hey, women are funny. But some women are funny. It's the same with men. You can't just say men are funny. Some men are funny. So when I say there's some bad female comics, there are bad female comics.
Of course.
All right, I'm
There's
just getting
some
that
fucking
out.
horrible
I think
ones.
that's
horrible.
I think that's understood.
Okay, you never
Do you know
know.
what I mean?
Everybody's.
Yeah.
I feel
How
like
do you feel about gay comics?
I think there's some good ones. I think there's some bad ones.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's for
I hate
everyone.
Ant. Ant's atrocious.
Who's Ant?
You don't know Ant?
Oh my God! Wait, he used to host that losing weight show.
Yes, Biggest Loser.
Have you met him?
I have.
Can I hear stories?
Well, I didn't meet him. I auditioned for Last Comic, and he was one of the judges.
he was.
Yeah, this is years ago.
I was fascinated because you said most of my favorite comedians are women, which to me is amazing. Just because I think my favorite comedian, like I think like Louis C.K. and Brian Regan and Nick DiPaolo and Todd Barry and Jim Gaffigan. Those guys come to my mind as the very best.
My God, my Aunt Cindy's obsessed with Jim Gaffigan, who I love.
Love him.
But no, I'm not saying just my top favorite comics. I think the comics who I relate to the most, like if I had to sit down and listen, like whatever, I would probably choose female.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, that's fascinating.
But I think that's very common with most gay men.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, look at Kathy Griffin. Her whole audience is gay men. Same with Joan Rivers. Same with, what's the one who hates everyone? She's like,
Lisa
black
Lampanelli?
people. Yeah, Lisa Lampanelli, Margaret Cho.
You know Lisa Landry?
Who?
She's terrific.
No.
Lisa Landry. You a Lisa Landry fan?
I like Landry. I
She's
also
got some
like
great stuff.
Madigan, Kathleen Madigan.
Oh, Kathleen Madigan is really great.
Very funny.
Bonnie McFarlane, I love.
Oh, one of the best.
Yeah.
Susan Boyle.
Yee. The singer?
Yeah.
Oh. She's a hot piece.
It was a joke.
Oh boy.
She looks like a thumb.
Well,
Yeah, first time I ever saw you go up on stage, by the way, it was at the Creek. And I think you were just about to do Conan.
Uh-huh.
And you were went last at the mic, and you went up and walked on stage and immediately farted and then kept going. And I remember thinking that was hysterical.
Oh, wow. Hey.
The first thing in my head was like, wow, confidence.
Oh.
Something I need.
I dropped that bit. I got to
that
bring
is,
it back.
that is one of your best.
Yeah. Used to be my opener.
Well, I feel like we got to wrap up. This has been a great episode. I feel like I learned a lot.
I
Do
learned
we
a lot,
learn?
too.
I feel like every gay person's going to hate me, but every straight person's going to have learned something.
No. Straight people are going to hate you.
Yeah.
They are?
Sure, yeah.
But
Whereas-
a lot of them do.
You just derailed our whole show. But
I don't think they
we
do.
had fun.
I think you're all right.
I think,
You're one of the good ones.
Yeah, people love you. What are you kidding? You're the toast of the town or whatever.
Yeah,
that
you're doing great.
thing is.
You're 2 weeks in.
Unbelievable. You're doing
Thanks.
comedy 6 weeks. You're doing New Year's at Caroline's. You got a Montreal audition. You just got some TV show.
I think you're going to get that Montreal.
I think so, too.
I think you're going to get it. The Creek sucks, but you'll get a call back at a club. That's my prediction.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine.
That would be nice.
I think you're going to be very, very successful, and you're an artist, and you're
Guys, you're being so
a
nice.
guy. And
Ah,
we like to be
well,
nice.
Thank
We're nice
you.
people.
We want people to leave this show feeling good.
And
That's my goal.
I don't want you to feel like that you offend me in any way, shape, or form. I really have been offended by nothing.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
good.
here's the thing: we haven't hung out that much, so you got to learn. Some people like zings and making fun. Some people
I
hate
love
it.
it. I love it. Like
Oh,
when
all right.
you every time
I've
people
had some
get
good
on
ones
stage
on
and say
you.
offensive things about it, I'm like, thanks, Rosie O'Donnell, and you're
Right.
talking about somebody else. I think that's great.
All right.
I have a very good sense of humor.
Oh,
Good. Thank
Yeah,
God.
well,
Some people don't.
yeah,
It ain't pretty.
a lot of people. But thanks for listening. Thanks for being on, Mateo. Will you come back again? We'd love to have you
Yeah,
back
we'd love to
again,
come back.
because,
All right.
And if you're listening, thank you for the Chipotle gift cards. We've gotten like $200 worth of Chipotle
Really?
gift cards, and it's quite a thrill.
Yeah.
So keep those coming if you want to send it. You can email them to us, which we didn't realize.
Yes.
It's Tuesdayswithstories@gmail. And as Mark would say, try to keep it positive. We're both very sensitive and have low
We shouldn't say that for the
self-esteem
gay episode, all right?
Well, we'll take a little criticism, but
Neither
keep it
one of you get
constructive.
it?
Yeah.
Wait, what was it?
constructive.
I said, don't say keep it positive for a gay episode.
Oh,
is that an AIDS
that's
joke?
good.
Yes,
I
it's
did
a-
not. I feel
yeah.
terrible. I did not get that.
Little insensitive to me, but
Is that? No, wait, is it?
Jeez, I didn't know we had Artie Lang on.
Oh my God, now I feel awful.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm a big fan of Philadelphia though, and Dallas Buyers Club. so
Maria
I'm one of the
Callas
good
was the
ones.
opera singer who sang in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
My
no
favorite
shit.
opera singer, yeah.
Wow, I love that movie.
Great
Boy.
movie.
I felt when I got herpes, I felt like I watched that movie, and I was like, that's like me, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
I was scared to shake your hand.
yeah, everyone is.
You should listen to Mama Morta from Maria Callas and just reenact that scene.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he wants to hear more about Callus.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad. Something there.
So anyways, thanks for listening. Tuesdays with Stories @gmail. If you want to send us constructive criticism or a Chipotle gift card, give us a like on the Facebook page.
Follow me on Twitter.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
throw out your info.
Matteo Lane, MatteoLane.
Yeah, two T's. Check out Mateo. This guy is gonna fucking blow up like the World Trade. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Notorious B.I.G. lyric from 1994 or 3 or whatever. And what else, Mark?
Yeah. Check us out on Twitter. Check out Mateo. You got a website?
No.
All right.
That's
good.
for the best.
No one likes the internet.
Yeah.
And yeah,
dying, if you
check
ask
out,
me.
Check out Stand Up New York, great comedy club up here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
78th and Broadway.
Thank you. And we got the Stand Up New York Labs. I'll be running my half-hour set here.
Oh, really?
On the 16th.
Oh, nice.
you
I'll
can
come
make it.
watch.
Come by. Maybe I'll have you open. Although Oh boy, remember that time I followed you and really ate my balls?
No, you didn't. You did great.
Woo-wee! I did some push-ups after that.
Oh, I remember you called me crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really shit all over you, the two of us, for a
Brutal.
while. Yeah.
Brutal. A lot of AIDS jokes.
Also, I should mention this early because it's coming up April 24th to the 27th, I think, whatever that weekend is. I'm at Go Bananas in Cincinnati. I'm recording a new album.
Yes.
So if you live in the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, come on out to that. I need some people to
And
come.
this Friday, you can catch me at the Papaya Stand on 6th Avenue getting a hot dog.
He'll be sucking down that corn dog,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I feel like you're making fun.
A lot better than
No,
Leonardo.
I'm just saying I don't have any. I'm not.
Oh, stop it. You got a lot going on.
Gigs.
When was your Creek audition?
It's Thursday, next Thursday.
I'll also be out by then.
Yeah, be
All
out Monday.
Go see the Mate
3
at the
days from now.
Creek.
Free show and go support because these people, they're going out for the Montreal Comedy Festival, which in our world is a really big deal.
Big deal.
It's a big deal until you go, and then it's not that big of a deal.
Some people.
It's a fun party.
All right.
It's a great party.
We could talk about this all night. But yeah, Lord knows you're going to need some audience at that Creek.
Yeah. So come on out. See Mateo. Support Mateo. Thanks for listening to the show. We love you. If we offended, we're sorry. Or we're not. I don't know. We're not sorry.
No, we're just having open conversation. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. I feel bad. But thanks for listening to the show, and we'll see you next week. We love you. Be kind. Everyone's fighting a battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Thanks,
might be
guys.
a closet homo.
Have a good night. Bye.